This is the Lewis equation used for the worm gear pair. In this, Ft represents the same as in the spur, helical and bevel gear. It is the maximum value of tangential force that the tooth can transmit without bending failure. Here sigma d is the allowable static stress, Cv is the velocity factor, small b is the phase width, and the value of phase width will be 10 times of module, that is 10 m. Capital Y is the form factor and m is the module. This slide is very much similar as in the spur, bevel and helical gear. Some important points as far as the design of worm gear pair is concerned. It is safe to assume that the teeth of worm gear are always weaker than the threads of the worm. This is the reason that design of worm gear pair based on worm wheel. According to the first point, whenever we will design the worm gear pair, then the weaker part, or I can say the weaker component, will be the worm gear or worm wheel. Therefore, the designing will be based on worm wheel always. The second point says, in worm gearing, the dynamic load need not to be calculated because it is not so severe due to the sliding action between the worm and worm gear. It means in the designing of worm gear pair, it is sufficient, it will be sufficient that if you design the given component with respect to steady strength and wear strength basis. This is the slide very much similar to the spur, helical and bevel gear. As I told previously, in the design of spur gear, helical gear and bevel gear, there is some variation in forces and torque due to the dynamic action, and due to this we need to add some factors like service factor and velocity factor respectively to consider overall load during the meshing of the teeth of gear. In practice, in industries, there are many more factors which we need to add with the tangential load, but theoretically here we are considering only two factors, that is velocity factor and service factor. So in other words, we can say that when gears are under service, they will undergo different types of loading actions, and because of this reason effective value of load comes into play. As we know that Ft is equal to 1000 into P, that is power transmitted, into service factor upon pitch line velocity. It is given in equation number 12.7a. Also we have the value of Ft in terms of Lewis equation, that is mb sigma d Cv pi y. Here the significance of sigma d is equivalent to endurance limit stress. As we know that when the teeth are subjected to fluctuating stresses, then endurance limit stress is the criteria of design. Here we will always consider that the allowable static stress is equal to the endurance limit stress of the gear tooth, which again equal to 1/3 of the ultimate tensile strength. Now if we equate these two terms, then we will get in the left hand side, this element will be called as beam strength, and in the right hand side, this element will be called as effective load. If we don't have any factor of safety in the given problem, then this is the equation which is more than sufficient to find the known parameter like module. But if we are considering the factor of safety, then this is the required equation, that is beam strength should be greater than the effective load. we can write this as beam strength is equal to effective load into factor of safety, and this is the required equation for the design of worm gear. This is for the design of worm gear with respect to wear strength. Fw is the wear strength and it is equal to d2bk, and all these are the parameters which we have to find out and satisfy this equation, which will be Fw is equal to Fd into factor of safety. Now come to the thermal rating of worm gearing. In the worm gearing, the heat generated due to the work lost in friction must be dissipated in order to avoid overheating of the drive and lubricated oil. The quantity of heat generated Q is given in the equation number 12.63 in design data handbook, that is 1000 into power into 1 minus eta, that is efficiency of the worm gearing. And after that, check with respect to the input power, how much input power we really needed with respect to the given problem, that is the power lost in worm gear drive is converted into heat. As the efficiency of the worm gear drive is low, the considerable amount of heat is generated. So permissible input power is this 0.02905 into A raised to the power 1.7, A means here the center distance, upon I dash plus 5. This power should be greater than the given power. Now come to the problem. A double start worm made of case hardened alloy steel 16Ni80 Cr60 is to be mesh worm gear to be made of phosphor bronze with the ultimate tensile strength of 240 Newton per mm square. The gear pair is required to transmit 5 kilowatt power from an electric motor running at 1500 rpm to a machine running at 75 rpm. The service factor is 1.25 while factor of safety required is 2. The face width of the worm gear is 0.73 times of pitch circle diameter of the worm, that is 0.73 d1. The worm gear wear factor is 0.685, that is capital K, while the diameter quotient is 10. Normal pressure angle is 14.5, that is alpha n. If the coefficient of friction between worm and worm gear teeth is 0.03, design the gear pair and find the power lost. These are the given parameters. Before going forward, we must know about the design procedure. To design the gear, we have to find that dimension of the gear which is responsible for the identification of the respective gear, that is module, and we have to work on the weaker gear. We have discussed previously that worm gear are always weaker than the threads of the worm. This is the reason that design of the worm gear pair based on worm wheel. As we know that the equation for satisfactory design is beam strength should be greater than the effective load, we can write this equation as beam strength is equal to effective load into factor of safety. Now calculate each parameter, that is beam strength and effective load respectively, and find the unknown parameter module. First is beam strength. Beam strength is equal to mb sigma b pi into y. M, which we have to find out, b is a face width and b is equal to 0.73 d1, and d1 is equal to module into diameter quotient. Now sigma d is equal to 240 upon 3. 240 is the ultimate tensile strength of worm gear. Pi into y is the Lewis form factor, and we can calculate by using the equation 12.5d in the design data handbook. Here is the equation 12.5d, and the value of y is 0.154 minus 0.912 upon Z2, because the design is based on worm gear for 20 degree full depth involute system. Now we will easily get the value of beam strength in terms of module, that is 196 m square in Newton. Now find the value of effective load, that is 1000 into P into CS upon nu into CV. We can get the value of CV by using the design data handbook. Power, here power is the output power, because lot of friction losses is there, as a considerable amount of heat is generated due to high frictional losses. The power transmission capacity of the worm gear drive is comparatively low. So on the basis of output power, worm gear pair is designed. So to find the output power, we need the value of efficiency. To find the value of efficiency, we need a formula which is given in the design data handbook. This theta is the pressure angle, mu is the coefficient of friction, and this gamma is the pitch angle. So after finding the output power, find the pitch line velocity. This is 0.157 m meter per second. Put all the values in this equation to find the value of effective load. You will get this relation, that is beam strength should be greater than effective load. Or I can say, you can use this relation, that is beam strength greater than effective load, and we can write this relation as beam strength is equal to effective load into factor of safety. Now use this equation and find the unknown parameter module. You will get the value of module, that is m is equal to 7.4 mm. Now by using the recommended series of module, by using design data handbook, you can get the value of module is 8 mm. We can create a designation of worm gear pair, that is Z1 Z2 QM. In this way, like Z1 is equal to 2, Z2 40, Q10, M is equal to 8. So what we will get here? We will get the beam strength is greater than the effective load. It means the design is safe. These are the related dimensions. Apart from the value of module, this is velocity ratio or transmission ratio, you can say that. This is pitch circle diameter D1 of worm. This is for gear. This is lead. This is lead angle, pitch line velocity of worm. This is for center distance. A is equal to 200 mm. Now design with respect to wear strength. We have the wear strength is equal to D2 into B into K. D2 is the pitch circle diameter of the gear, small b is the face width, and capital K is the load stress factor which is given in the question. Put all the values and get the value of wear strength. We can compare it with the effective load, and you will get this would be greater than the effective load. It means the design of worm gear will be safe as far as the wear strength is concerned. Now power lost in friction, we have this formula in the design data handbook. Put all the values, you will get the power loss in friction. Now check for the wear load. We have the value of wear strength, that is 12,801 Newton, and power transmitted due to this wear load will be 80,428.68 watt, or you can say that 80 kilowatt something, and we will get the conclusion, and the conclusion is this power is more than the given power to be transmitted. Therefore the design is safe from the standpoint of wear. Now check for the heat dissipation. Here we have to find the permissible input power, and the formula of permissible input power is given in the design data handbook. This one, capital P is equal to 0.02905, A is the center distance, I is the transmission ratio. Put the values and find the permissible input power. You will get the conclusion, and that is this power is more than the given power to be transmitted, that is 5 kilowatt. Therefore the design is safe from the standpoint of heat dissipation, or I can say with respect to thermal consideration. Thank you.